Well, here comes another zombie invasion, and Alice is ready to take them on with a few more survivors from Raccoon City. Let's talk about Resident Evil Extinction. Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. So, greetings, my fellow YouTubers, and welcome to Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. My name's Doyle, better known to you as the Big D, and this time around I bring to you a review of the 2007 action horror flick Resident Evil Extinction, released by Screen Gems, directed by Russell Mulcahy. Mulcahy, I apologize if I mispronounced that. Written by Paul W.S. Anderson, director of the first film. The follow-up to Resident Evil Apocalypse and third installment of the series, loosely based on Capcom's survival horror video game franchise. In this film, Alice, along with a group of survivors from Raccoon City, are about to get ready for something big as they attempt to travel across the Mojave Desert wilderness to Alaska and escape a zombie apocalypse. So anyway, now the film still kind of got dissed though, like the previous film did, but it did better than it did a little more better than the previous film. Now, if you haven't seen my reviews for the first two films, I advise you to click on that card and go to the new Resident Evil playlist I have made, because I will be reviewing the final three installments later on, starting next weekend. Okay. Okay. So I'll give you a few more seconds before I get into the story. Alright, let's get started. A clone Alice wakes up in a mansion, wanders through its halls, and is forced to escape several security traps, mirroring some events of the first film. During her escape, Alice makes use of new telekinetic powers, killing a security guard. However, she is eventually killed by a bounding mine hidden in the floor. Her body is dumped into a pit filled with dozens of other Alice clones, representing the failed results of the Umbrella Corporation's ongoing Project Alice. Following Umbrella's attempts to cover up the contamination of Raccoon City, the T virus spreads around the world, devastating not only the human population, but the entire global environment in the next 5 years. The real Alice wanders the wasteland that was once the southwestern U.S., and after fighting off a family of marauders, discovers information in an abandoned notebook referring to an uninfected area in Alaska. Alice realizes that she, like her clones, has developed telekinesis. Simultaneously, a convoy of survivors led by Claire Redfield and Raccoon City survivors Carlos Oliveira and L.J. Wade travels across the country in search of supplies and safe harbor. While searching a motel, L.J. is bitten by a zombie. Fearing the harsh fate that awaits him, he chooses not to tell the other survivors about the injury. The next morning, the convoy is attacked by a murderous flock of infected crows. With the team nearly overwhelmed, Alice appears and defeats the remaining crows with her newfound telekinesis, though falling unconscious. Awakened shortly thereafter, Alice is introduced to Claire and tells her about the notebook, convincing her to take the convoy to Alaska. Isaac's attempts to domesticate the infected lead to the creation of a new zombie breed. Wesker's security officer, Captain Alexander Slayer, reports on Isaac's disregard for Umbrella regulations. Wesker tasks Slayer with watching Isaac, telling him to kill the scientist if he disobeys orders again. Tracing an energy pattern sent out by Alice's telekinesis, Umbrella triangulates her location. Desperate to reclaim Alice for the sake of achieving his goals, Dr. Isaac sends his new zombies to ambush the convoy against Wesker's specific orders. During the attack, most of the convoy is killed and AJ succumbs to his infection biting Carlos. Umbrella tries to shut Alice down remotely, but she breaks free from Umbrella's programming and continues to fight. She finds Isaacs at the scene, and he has been as he flees via helicopter. Alice and Kmart use Isaac's computer to track the helicopter's flight path, leading them to Umbrella's underground facility. Now for the ending. As always, you know the procedure. You have 5 seconds to stop this video. Go to the description box below and fast forward to the time below. If you've seen the movie already, please continue after this countdown is over with. Thank you, and here we go. Okay, you've been warned. Approaching the scene, Alice meets a holograph of the Red Queen's sister, AI, that is, the White Queen. She informs Alice that her blood can cure the T virus, defends the Red Queen's prior actions, and reveals what happened to Dr. Isaacs. On her way to the lab's lower levels, Alice encounters one of her clones, which awakens but appears to die from shock soon after. Alice discovers Isaacs, aka Tyrant, defeating him after leading him to the replica of the Hive's laser corridor featured in the film's opening. Just as Alice is about to meet the same fate, the system is deactivated by the clone who is still alive. Later in Tokyo, Wesker informs his fellow Umbrella executives that the North American facility has been lost. Alice appears during the meeting, declaring that she and her friends, the other clones, are coming from. End of story. So what did I think of Resident Evil Extinction? Well, I'm going to say it's, well, factually okay good in ways. Well, it's mostly in between okay and okay good. Now, we have Milla Jovovich back as Alice, who, again, is pretty good. She's still kick ass and what have you. Oded Fehr returns as Carlos. And, well, we were glad to have him back. And Mike Epps, who plays Lloyd Jefferson Wade, or LJ, returns as well. And he wasn't too bad. Okay, Iain Glen makes a bigger appearance as Dr. Alexander Isaacs, considering he had just a bit of a small appearance in the last film. So he's a pretty good villain, what have you. Now, then there's LJ's little love interest, a, a gal named Betty, Nurse Betty. Don't get confused with the Renee Zellweger movie, though. Nurse Betty, being played by R&B singer Ashanti. Yes, I couldn't believe that was actually her I saw, because I had never seen the film until I got the Resident Evil Complete Collection on DVD. And while I was surprised to see her in this, I mean, she was like, yeah, tough little thing, huh? Yes. And actually, I was actually a big fan of hers, because I've got her first 3 CDs, you know. But you wouldn't know because I've never shown them to you. But now you know. Let's see. Spencer Locke plays the character of Kmart, that the teenage girl was found by Claire's companions hiding out in a Kmart store prior to the outbreak. Now, yes, I forgot. Claire Redfield, who is played by Ollie Larter, who is certainly no stranger to some horror movies. She's recently appeared in the House on Haunted Hill remake, as well as Final Destination 1 and 2. And this character is, of course, based on the video game character of the same name, who plays a prominent role in games like Resident Evil 2, Resident Evil Code Veronica, and Resident Evil The Dark Side Chronicles. Now, I think she did a pretty good job. We will be seeing more of her in some sequels. Jason O'Mara plays Albert Wesker, also a character from the video game. Now, he's the chairman of Umbrella, and through holographic technology, due to him being in Tokyo, he has regular meetings with other prominent members of Umbrella, including Dr. Isaacs. Yeah. We have lots of others, including Christopher Egan playing Mikey, a young but mature computer junkie who drives the computer station portion of Claire's convoy. Madeline Carroll as the White Queen. Oh yeah, not too that Matthew Marsden as Alex Slater, Wesker's second in command after Dr. Isaacs. Yeah, they're all they're all kind of hit or miss. Mostly, I think some of them are good. Well, I will say, while I do appreciate the action, what have you, which I know people, the critics have complained that this is being the same thing like we got from the first two films, and I understand and what have you. But I do like how they managed to try to do their best by putting it out in the desert and what have you, not in Raccoon City. I mean, since it was soon to be destroyed and what have you because of the T virus outbreak. Yeah, and well, it is a shame that, well, that Paul W.S. Anderson only returned to write and co-produce a film like last time. Russell Mulcahy's, again, if I apologize if I mispronounced that. His direction was okay. The music by Charlie Clouser was, well, fine and all. But anyway, nevertheless, despite the critics, well, dissing and what have you, the film went on to, however, make 147 million worldwide, doing much better than the previous film. Well, it mostly isn't distant, what have you. It's mostly been mixed or average reviews, courtesy of Metacritic, and Cinema Score gave this film a B minus on a scale of A to F, which I think was pretty good. Yeah, I have to agree with one person, this guy from TV Guide, that we gave the film 2.5 stars for saying that this is equal parts Mad Max and Day of the Dead. I still haven't seen Day of the Dead. I definitely gotta see that. I gotta see the original Dawn of the Dead too. Darn. Anyway, yeah, there was a bit of a complaint that was pretty common with the noticeable digital airbrushing on many close-up shots of Jovovich's face, which many reviewers found bizarre or unnecessary. Yeah, I seem to have recognized that. So, yeah. But the film also went on to win the Golden Trailer Award for Best Action Poster and was nominated for Best TV Spot. So, you know that was pretty good. But overall, with everything said about it, would I recommend Resident Evil Extinction? Well, again, like I've said about the last film, if you are a hardcore completionist, give it a one-time watch. And if you're not into this series, then avoid it. So again, it's a draw. So anyway, Resident Evil Extinction, yeah, it's factually okay, and a draw between okay, and okay good in ways. Now, Screen Gems would go on to give us another movie in Resident Evil Afterlife, which would come out 3 years later in 2010, which I'll be reviewing that 1 week from this Saturday. So now you know. So, what are your thoughts on Resident Evil Extinction? Please tell me in the comment section below. If you like this video, click the like button, subscribe to my channel, and be a part of the Big D Nation. And join me next time when I bring to you a fan requested TV log on the 70s Spider-Man TV series. So thanks for watching, and if you like this, consider checking out these other videos I've done. In the upper left-hand corner is my review of Final Destination. The upper right-hand corner is my review of Final Destination 2. Or if you would like something else with some zombies, go to the bottom left-hand corner and see my review of Return of the Living Dead 3. And the bottom right-hand corner is the button you can click to subscribe. If you like rankings and reviews on movies, TV, music, video games, etc., then I'm your guy. Thanks for watching. Until next time, I'm the Big D saying, see ya.